For the past few years, the whole weight loss drug craze has been all about one thing, the injection. But you know what? The game is about to change, and in a really big way. So let's dive into this next evolution, the showdown between the pill and the needle. With all the hype around these incredible GLP-1 drugs, you have to ask yourself, what's the one thing that's really holding people back from jumping on board? Yep, it's this. For a lot of people, the whole idea of giving yourself a shot week after week, it's just a major no-go. But what if? What if you could get those same incredible results without ever seeing a needle? And that's exactly why the pill is poised to change absolutely everything. We're talking about a massive market shift here, and it really looks like 2026 is gonna be the year that oral treatments finally take center stage. So why is this such a game changer? Well, a few big reasons. First, obviously, it solves that whole needle phobia problem for patients. That alone could open the floodgates for a whole new wave of people seeking treatment for the very first time. And for the drug companies? Oh yeah, this is the new front line, the next big battleground in a very, very lucrative war. And right at the heart of this revolution, you've got two giants. I mean, these are the two companies that are pretty much credited with creating this entire booming industry in the first place. In one corner, you've got the Danish powerhouse Novo Nordisk, and they're betting big on their new daily obesity pill. And in the other corner, their arch rival, Eli Lilly, with its own pill that's expected to get the green light from the FDA literally any day now. But here's where the plot thickens. Because even though Novo got the first pill out the door, it's actually been a pretty rough ride for them lately. In the bigger picture, the overall weight loss war, their rival, Eli Lilly, has just surged ahead. And Lilly's momentum has been undeniable. I mean, just look at this. Early last year, they grabbed the majority market share for the first time ever. Their stock has been on an absolute tear, and by the end of the year, they were totally dominating doctors' preferences. It's just been a massive winning streak. So, how'd they do it? It really boils down to three key things. First up, efficacy. Lilly's injectables, Zepbound and Mounjaro, well, they're just flat out more effective. Simple as that. Second, that provider preference we just mentioned, that's a huge deal. And third, Lilly was just way faster and way more aggressive with its marketing, going straight to consumers to build its brand. Meanwhile, it's been a different story for Novo. They've had to slash their financial forecasts. Their updates to investors have been, well, underwhelming. And as this quote makes crystal clear, Wall Street just hasn't been convinced. It really felt like all the momentum was with Lilly. But this is where Novo is placing its massive bet. This is their billion-dollar answer, their big play to get back in the fight and counter Lilly's dominance. So let's meet the oral version of Wegovy. It's a once-a-day pill. But here's the brilliant part. It uses the exact same active drug, semaglutide, that's in the injection. What does that mean? It means it's built on a rock-solid foundation of over a decade of safety data. And that is a huge, huge advantage. And the power of this pill is right here in the numbers. The clinical data shows an average of 17% weight loss. That is equivalent to the injectable version. And let me tell you, achieving that level of effectiveness in a pill you swallow is a massive scientific accomplishment. And you know who noticed immediately? Wall Street. The moment the pill got approved, Novo's stock shot up more than 10%. It was a loud and clear signal that investors see this as a potential game changer for the company. Okay, so let's talk about the price tag, because everybody's wondering. The cash price for the pill is expected to run between $150 and $300 a month. Now, that's not cheap for sure, but it is a bit less than the injection. And that price difference can make a real difference for a lot of patients. All right, let's zoom out for a second, because as intense as this rivalry between these two companies is, the race is really just getting started. The scale of the market they're all chasing, it's just staggering. How staggering are we talking? Well, by 2030, analysts are projecting the global market for these drugs will be worth around $95 billion. Think about that. This isn't just about a new drug. It's about a fundamental shift in how we treat obesity as a medical condition. That's the prize they're all fighting for. And according to Goldman Sachs, pills are going to carve out a really significant piece of that pie. They're predicting that oral treatments could capture about a quarter of that entire $95 billion market. That's a nearly $24 billion opportunity right there. And you can bet that Novo and Lilly aren't the only ones who see that opportunity. Other heavyweights like Viking, AstraZeneca, and Pfizer, they're all jumping into the ring, developing their own drugs.
the battlefield is only going to get more crowded. Which brings us right back to the central question, the real drama here. Injectables absolutely defined the last few years, but 2026 really could be the year of the pill. So for Novo Nordisk, after losing so much ground to Eli Lilly, the question is simple. Can this one little pill be the massive comeback they so desperately